First, give my praises to God. I think in the beginning we did a good job of just sustaining their punch. They came out aggressive. We knew that. I think the biggest thing is we knew they didn't play their best game. I think I've said that over the last few days. Like, this is probably the best game that we've seen them, so respectfully so. It's one game, but, they came out, the aggressors, and they came out like they wanted it a little bit more than we did. And they executed their game plan well. They made some adjustments from the first couple times we played them. Came out with some different junk in the game tonight. And like you said, it's a fill-out game, so we kind of know what to expect. For sure they'll make their adjustments, but we'll for sure make ours.
One thing I had in the back of my head all week was, I wonder if, trust me, I was psyched that the Suns had a week off to rest, practice, watch film. But guess what? So did the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that was what kind of scared me. Was like, man, the Wolves have a week to realize what went wrong during the regular season and respond. And not only that, the Wolves started off this game. Even though the pace was really good between both teams, the Wolves started off this game with the right urgency, with the right defensive strategies, with the right, aggressiveness, and the right energy. Even though the Suns' pace was good, the Wolves' defense, urgency, and just a lot of things went their way. And that is an understatement. I've been live for 9 minutes and I've barely touched on the Suns, because this game really was like all Timberwolves throughout most of the game. And I'm going to do my best to talk about what did go right for the Suns, even though not much went right for the Suns. I know I sound delusional when I say it's Suns in 5 or 6. I knew they would at least get one. And look, you guys, in all fairness to the Suns, it's just game 1. There's a reason playoffs are 7 games. There's a reason why playoff series go long and games, there's reasons why series get extended is what I'm trying to say. And I know there's a lot of negativity and a lot of reason to doubt, but I do believe the Suns will respond better in game 2. Now, he's been on this channel a few times before, but my friend Thunder Steve, now again, this was a halftime text, but at halftime, my friend Thunder Steve kind of made a good point, and I want to read this to you guys, and I really do believe this. I was texting him, and he said, "We haven't played our best game, and it's a 4-point game right now." That was when Bradley Beal and KD went on that here, which I'll talk about that in a minute. The best is yet to come. Think about it. The Suns were down 10 at halftime. KD and Beal just open up the third quarter on an absolute heater. It was literally Beal, KD. KD made 3 in a row, and then Beal again. Devin Booker struggled in this game. Our bench struggled in this game. Think about if we kind of see that in game 2, but more on our side. KD and Beal are still on a heater, and then Booker finally gets it going. And maybe the defense, maybe the Wolves defense isn't as smothering and suffocating. If Devin Booker has a better game this game, and maybe if we get a little more contribution off the bench, we probably win this game. That's why I said the Suns were so lucky. They were so lucky that we were only down 10 at halftime. But again, a lot of things swung the Wolves' way. And again, I know it's easier said than done, but the Suns need to be better. And look, maybe I need to go back and rewatch the tape, as I call it, the film, because the highlights will be uploaded on YouTube probably ASAP. But and I don't want to just call out Suns fans. I can't control the way they think and everything. What I'm trying to say is, I understand if you blame the refs, but to an extent. The referees were not the reason we lost this game. They might have been a small contributing factor, but the referees were not the reason we lost this game. And I'm not defending the referees. at all. Well, I guess I kind of am, but I'm not defending the referees like crazy. Don't get me wrong. There might have been a few questionable calls. There might have been a lot of missed calls, if you will, or like, oh, that should have been a foul, but look, that's where it gets a little tricky, because after the All-Star break, I don't know how Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, did it, but after the All-Star break, the game has changed in terms of the refs are letting the players play. And you can tell that players like Kevin Durant, for example, have had to adjust to it. And as we saw in this game, Devin Booker had to adjust to it. So now it's either like fans are complaining because there's too many foul calls, and now they're complaining because there's not many foul calls. And I get it. I'm a little torn on it too. Like, I don't know. But I just don't think, I think like if you're like, oh, the only reason the Suns lost this game is because of the refs, I think you need to go back and watch the game, because the Suns did a lot of this to themselves. And I've been sitting here ranting for almost 14 minutes, and I haven't even really talked about a lot of the Suns' flaws in this game and the numbers. The Suns, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, you can blame the refs a little, but it's not the refs' fault that we lost this game to an extent.
Much later.
You know what? I actually agree with a lot of what Frank Vogel said right there. Like how the Suns fouling the Wolves kind of slowed them down, got them out of momentum, and getting Devin Booker open on more shots, which that for me kind of goes back to more shot attempts from the Suns in general, especially from behind the 3-point range. But he's right about that. And I'm glad hopefully Grayson Allen will be okay, because the Suns do have 2 days off after this. So hopefully that ankle's okay. Let's go to a tweet here from Gerald Bourget from PHNX. So this is from Bradley Beal here. Sorry, guys, I'm getting jumbled. Bradley Beal on game 1. They came out like they wanted it a little bit more than we did. It was a feel-out game. They'll make their adjustments. We'll make ours for sure. Look, I've said this so many times, y'all. Whether you love or you hate Bradley Beal, whether you were against the Bradley Beal trade or you were all for it, I love Bradley Beal's honesty. I love Bradley Beal's honesty. He has been so honest and vocal, and that is what a Suns team like this needs. I think a lot of teams in the league need that, is like kind of brutal honesty. Bradley Beal on game 1. They came out like they wanted it a little bit more than we did. It was a feel-out game. They'll make their adjustments, and we'll for sure make ours. Exactly. Like, that's why I'm a little confident that the Suns will steal game 2. I hope so, because hopefully we do make those right adjustments. Hopefully Devin Booker has like a normal or better Devin Booker game. Hopefully the 3-point shots go up. Hopefully there's more assists. Hopefully there's better defense, especially like in transition and guys driving to the rim and everything. Like, they need to make their adjustments. And again, y'all, maybe I'm a little overconfident here, but go back to halftime and what my guy Thunder Steve said. Like, it was sort of a rough first half for the Suns, and we were only down 10. Like, it can only get better from here. But as Bradley Beal said, focus on the first part of this quote here. Focus on the first part of this quote. They came out like they wanted it a little bit more than we did. The Suns from the jump need to just be the aggressors and the attackers. From the jump. That needs to happen, y'all.
What's up, son? Geek?